Hi, Jennifer. This is Sarah from the Joyful Entrepreneur and the Flourish community for handmade sellers. I am here to give a shop critique to you via screencast. So basically, how this works is I'm recording the portion of my screen that your shop is on, and you should be able to see where my pointer is a little circle. So that means that you can watch me go through your shop and kind of, as I'm speaking, know what areas I'm talking about. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. I like to start with branding. One, it's at the top of the page, and two, it's really one of the most important parts of having an online shop. So let's go ahead and start there. Right off the bat, I noticed that you don't have a banner, and that's kind of a big deal for a couple reasons. One, obviously, having the Etsy shop cover or banner lets people know immediately where they are and what they can expect to find. And you may say, well, here it says my shop name or my business name, and then here it kind of has my tagline, and that should be enough. But it doesn't really look professional that way. And shoppers aren't necessarily sellers, so they may not even, because of the way this is formatted, they may just skip right over that. So you don't want to just be another Etsy seller in a sea of Etsy sellers. You want to be out there. You want to be, remembered. You want to build brand recognition and build brand loyalty. So in order to do that, you need to have a brand, and you need to have it in the branding in the customer's face. So I'm going to show you, let's see, I'll show you a couple examples. I have a few favorites. Let's show you Tyler's shop. And Miss Tyler is in Flourish as well. She just had a baby. She's pretty amazing. Okay, so Tyler's shop is called Oh Lola & Co. Now you see the difference between just having it all run together, like Etsy formats the shop name, and actually putting it out here in the brand's font and with the spacing. It gives you a whole different feeling, doesn't it? And so by looking at this banner, this cover photo, looking at Tyler's font choice, looking at her tagline, her colors, her the floral design, what kind of feeling do you get? Hopefully you get kind of a feeling of weddings or special events, maybe even romantic. So you have to look and see, well, who is her target market? Who is her customer? Well, she does a lot of things for weddings. She does a lot of wedding party gifts, a lot of bridal party gifts, all kinds of stuff for weddings. So she does, and if you look here, ring dishes, bachelorette cups, wedding party proposals, bachelorette favors, all that kind of stuff, right? So you kind of want to have that feeling come through her branding. Now, if you look down here, then she goes into her shop icon, where she brings the same colors down into the icon. She has the same color and the same font in the actual brand name. So as she is building her business via social media or wherever, even if she's at let's say a real craft event in person, she's going to have the same visuals, the same branding. So people will get to know her and her shop from her branding and the brand that she's building. Now let's go back to your shop. Sorry, my back button is not easily clickable with the screencast. Okay, so you see that how all of a sudden that makes a difference? And that leads me to the second reason why you want to have a cover photo, because your customer is more than likely going to be visiting other shops on Etsy. And if all the other shops have these nice, beautiful banners and you don't, it's going to automatically make them feel confused, maybe disoriented, maybe not quite sure why does this shop not have it? Maybe they're not set up right, or maybe something's wrong. Maybe there's a bug in their shop, or maybe there's, you know what I mean? And this all happens so quick. You wouldn't think that it would, but it happens in seconds. And it usually happens as a feeling that they feel. They don't really, it's kind of more subconscious. So that's why it's really important for you to have a banner that builds your brand. You know, so you're Oh Darling Drinkware. So is your business Oh Darling and your tagline is drinkware, or is your business name Oh Darling Drinkware, right? So what I would do, I would create a banner or a cover photo. It looks like you offer a lot of glittered items. So I love this glittered look, this gold glittered look. I would create a big banner that has maybe glitter around the edge and has your name in this beautiful font right across the page, and then has a tagline, whatever your tagline is. If it's not drinkware, if it's glitter wine glasses and glitter tumblers, that's what you want to put as your tagline. Now I would come up with something a little bit more snazzy maybe as a tagline. So what that's going to do is when people are in your shop, they're going to say, oh my gosh, this is so cute. Look at this shop. They're going to automatically get this kind of girly party feel, right? Because it's going to have glitter and it's going to be kind of like celebration, kind of a celebratory feeling, I guess, which is what you're going to want your customer to feel. Now, somebody that comes on your shop and they see glitter and they don't like glitter, or they're not a glitter kind of person, they're going to click out of your shop. And you want that to happen because you don't want to attract people that don't want to buy from you. You want to attract people that do. Okay, so definitely get that in there. I think your font is super cute, and I really like this circle. So I think your icon is okay. I would just put that banner up there. When you do put the banner up there, I don't really know what your tagline would be. If this is your tagline, you don't then need to repeat it in this line. If this isn't your tagline and you're just putting strong keywords in this section, that's good because Google really gives this line a priority when it comes to search. So and it looks like that's mainly what you sell, so I would say that's kind of good to keep there. So you can make your tagline perhaps maybe something a little bit more formal, like specializing in drinkware for life special occasions, or, you know, something like that. All right, 126 items, super amazing, awesome. Love that. That is great. I try to ask my clients to be over 100. No particular reason. There's no magic number that's ever been verified. But, you know, it's the more items you have, the more tags you have, the more keywords you have, the more visibility and reach you have. So this is a great number. Now, some sellers get up into the 400 and 500 quantities of items. I think that's overkill and too much for Etsy personally. I try to guide those sellers to break their numbers up between website, Etsy, and Amazon. But 126 items really perfect, I think, for Etsy. Now, I see something here right away that you're going to need to change, and you're going to want to change quickly. You do not want to use all capital letters in your titles. These are section titles. Google actually penalizes websites or pages that are using more than 3 or more all capital words in a title. That's right in Google's terms of use. They consider it spammy. It's okay to have some capitalized letters and words, but you cannot have 3 or more in the same space. So you're using all of these sections have all caps in them. So I definitely would change that out right away. Now, I'm not sure, I'm sure Google will give Etsy shop some leniency, as they know if it's an Etsy shop, it's more than likely not spam. And I feel that their algorithm is pretty smart, but just to err on the safe side, you do not want to put these in all caps. Okay, so instead, just make them regular case. You can just capitalize each word if you'd like, but you do not want to have all caps in the words. As far as organization goes, this looks okay. What you want to do is you want to organize your site so that you have the shortest word here, and then longer and longer and longer and longer and longer. So it kind of looks like a half a pyramid. That just makes it look easier on the eyes. It kind of looks like that now because this word is, this section title is so large that it's come down here. So it kind of looks that way, but it's not, obviously, because it's it's 2 lines because of how long it is. Also, you want to make sure that these section titles are very keyword specific, okay? People are not going to be probably typing in darling coffee mugs or darling wine glasses or custom darling drinkware. You may call it that, but that's not what your customers are searching for. This section and these section titles are very SEO sensitive, meaning that what the words that you use in these sections can and will affect the algorithm, both Google and Etsy. So you want to make sure that you're putting in keywords that are going to be searchable, that people are actually using. So perhaps instead of custom darling drinkware, which I'm not even sure what that is, it's a custom listing, it looks like. Okay, we'll talk about that in a minute too. So I would just take that out, take that listing out. Okay, just take it out. If it were me, I would have a sale category. The sale would be on the top. That would be capital S, capital A, capital L, capital E. It's okay to have one word in all caps, and I feel that if you're having a sale or a clearance or whatever, that you can put that there. Now, I like sale over clearance because it sounds more promotional and less expired-ish. So I would put that there, and then I would go down with the regular titles, but I would say instead like mason jar tumblers or mason jar cups, stemless wine glasses, and I would say personalized stemless wine glasses, or you could use custom as well, custom stemless wine glasses, or personalized personalized mason jars, or personalized tumblers. The same with the sports bottles, and I'm not sure organization, that's probably mason jars too. Yeah, glass brush holders. So I would use more specific, keyword specific titles in those sections. Super important, okay? That's going to really help your SEO. That'll bump that all up. We're going to go past your shop. Let's go down. Oh my goodness. Okay. The about section. Etsy came out in November of 2015 and clearly stated that sellers that have a full and robust about page will be given a slight bump in ranking. Now, we don't know exactly what that means, slight bump in ranking, but either way, they have concluded that they want the about page filled out. Now, you have the text filled out, but you are missing half of your about page, and that would be the slideshow of photos. Okay, so you definitely want to make sure that you have a slideshow of photos in here. Now, you might say, oh, well, I have plenty of photos, I'll just put them in. No, these need to be photos about you, about your business, about maybe showing your family. You want to show your workspace, show the materials that you use, perhaps even show you in your hands creating what it is that you create. This is so important. This is what adds value. I can go get a stemless wine glass anywhere that says Future Misses. I can go to Home Goods right now and grab it. I could probably go to TJ Maxx, Marshalls, maybe even Target and find it. Why am I on Etsy, and why am I buying from you? I don't want just another glass. I want to buy from Jennifer, and I want to support small business, and I want to support handmade. So I want the story, and that's your job to tell me and sell me the story, and you can do that here in your About section. Also, you could put a video in, which is awesome. I love videos. Either you could just talk about your business and your passion and your inspirations, or you could talk about your processes, or you could not talk at all and just create a video with music that shows your processes. Either way, that's super amazing content to put in there, and you're missing it. So not only are the customers not getting that from you, and you're not adding that value in, but Etsy's also kind of dinging you a little bit in rank because you don't have them. Okay, you have Facebook and Instagram. That's awesome. I highly recommend, if you have a Pinterest, to put that on there. If you don't have a Pinterest, get one for your business. If you're in Flourish, definitely want to check out Rebecca Bradley's Pinterest tutorials. She's amazing, and it's on our member site. Your target market is going to be hanging out on Pinterest a lot. So I highly recommend you having a Pinterest where people can follow you. If you have a website, you can link your website here, and it'll be clickable. It is the only place in your Etsy shop where your website will be clickable. Let's go back up. All right, I'm assuming you're in Flourish because your pricing is amazing. You're using the 95-cent price point, which is perfect. You're using the right price increments, which is perfect. It looks good in your shop. You just have a couple different prices. 3, it looks like total from what I can see on this page, which is wonderful. It's not going to confuse the guest. It's not going to cause any kind of distraction. It just feels right. It feels good. So I would say, way to go on your pricing. That's pretty strong. That's a pillar you don't have to work on. All right, I did want to mention this custom Darling drinkware. So this isn't doing you really any good. Now, what all this could be doing for you is, if someone contacts you in a conversation, you can direct them to a custom listing. And if that's what you're using it for, and if that's something that's big for you, then you can continue. But really, it would be much better for you to just show maybe some modeled shots of a woman, or maybe bridesmaids or something, holding a glass, and then list it as a custom listing without putting just the graphic that you have here. But more than likely, you should just have your regular listings. People are going to contact you and say, hey, I love this, but I want it in this color, and I want this saying instead. Can you do something like that? And then create the custom listing for them through the conversation, instead of having this, because it just kind of throws your whole shop off. I feel the same way about people that do rush shipping as well, and they create these listings. It's like, just offer it as an add-on custom thing through your conversation. Okay, let's talk about your photos. Your photos are really good. They are really good. It's very hard to photograph glass. So unless you're using mock-ups, which you could be using mock-ups, it looks like some of them could be mock-ups. I would say overall that it looks good. There's some that are a little overexposed, meaning they're a little too bright. But overall, I'm pretty impressed. They're pretty good. I love this one. This one's nice here. This is a good one here. I like these as well. So, and these are nice as well. I really wouldn't change anything. I would say that these ones with the finger, like House CEO and Osseo Wine, look like mock-ups. They look kind of like a mock-up. But this doesn't, and this doesn't, and this doesn't. So whether you're using mock-ups, or if you're not using mock-ups, or if you're using a combination of them, I think it works. It looks nice, and kudos to you, because it's very hard to photograph glass, and it's hard to kind of get the same kind of feeling throughout your shop, which you're doing that. See, so this throws it all off, and I'm sure this is an old listing. I would, if you have a different picture that isn't on, I would put this one in it. Even if you had to crop it a little bit, maybe just crop this much of it. Let's see if I can. Darn it. There we go. Okay. There we go. so it doesn't throw your whole shop off. Now, I have to let you know, and I'm sure you knew I was going to mention it, as your coach, or as somebody who's, because I don't know if you're in Flourish or not, I'm assuming you are, you have a lot of items that are licensed. This is from Harry Potter. You have Disney here. I've seen Disney here, Disney here, Disney. Yeah, a lot of Disney. So I would be very, a very bad mentor or coach if I didn't tell you that that's really not good. I understand why you do it. I understand why everybody does it. And, personally, do I have a problem with it? Yes and no. I do, because it's infringing on another's work. I don't, because I feel that the handmade industry should be given a pass. I feel that if somebody is creating something on their own that's not being manufactured, that it should be considered fandom art. But it doesn't really matter what I think. What matters is the law, and you can have your listings deactivated and or your shop completely suspended or shut down should these people that you're infringing against report you. So, are they going to report you? I don't know. And is there a million other sellers selling Disney stuff? Yes. But I need to let you know it's really against the TOS, and you could potentially get in trouble for it. Okay, but now that that's out of the way, let's look and see in your listing what your SEO looks like. So we got future misses wine glass, engagement gift, newly engaged, bridal shower gift. He put a ring on it, engaged gift. Okay, so as far as your titles go, that looks pretty good. I'm not a big fan of whatever these are, backslashes, double backslashes. Mainly because 2 of those are taking up some good character space, and I really like the look of dashes better. Space dash space, more specifically. I think it flows better. These kind of create busyness, and anytime you have busyness, people either won't read it or they feel that it's kind of distracting. So I think the dashes look better. But, it's not going to affect your SEO either way. So it's just really your personal choice. You have future misses. Obviously, that's what it is, right? But remember, even though you have 144 characters within your title, the first 60 or so are the most important. And these are also important with Google. So you have the future misses. Well, that means that you're going to be put in that category of future misses. So you're going to be in there with signs. You're going to be in there with napkins. You're going to be in there with t-shirts and everything else. So you have the future misses wine glass second. I would have that first. Okay, so if I'm typing in future, oh boy, nice if I could smell today. Misses. Okay, so future misses. We got future misses. Now I'm using the auto populate feature in Etsy. It's what I like to use. To me, it tells me, hey, this is what is current, what people are searching for, what terms they're using to find specific items. All right, there's other keyword tools you can use, like Marmalade, the Google Keyword Planner, Etsy Rank, so on and so forth. But for this critique's purpose, we're just going to use the auto-populate function. So here it is, future misses wine glass. So it's a very popular search term. It's good to have. I would absolutely have that. Remember, Etsy, with all these new crazy algorithm changes, one of the big changes that they've made is the relevancy and the attributes and things like that. And they keep focusing on relevancy. So the more relevant you can have something in the beginning of your title, the better it is. Now, you don't want it to be so targeted that nobody's looking for it. But right here, you have future Mrs. Wineglass. So I would put that first. What about glittered? Oh boy. glitter wine glass. So you don't have that anywhere in this listing. Now I know this specific listing is really for weddings, but because it is that and it is relevant, I think I would have that somewhere in the title. So I would probably take out Future Mrs. I would start the listing with Future Mrs. Wine Glass, space dash space, glitter wine glass, space dash space, engagement. There's engagement wine glass, engagement gift, engagement gifts for her. So all of these are good. Engagement gift idea. How about bridal shower? Yep, bridal shower gift. That's a good one. Now, what about bachelorette party? Because if I'm thinking about somebody that's going to be using something that says Future Mrs. and it's a wine glass, that means they're going to be drinking. I would think the more appropriate place for this to be used is either at the bachelorette party or at the rehearsal dinner, right? So instead of using spaces like he put a ring on it, an engaged gift, I would take that out, take these double things out so you have more space. And I would totally title this Future Mrs. Wine Glass, space dash space, glittered wine glass, space dash space, bachelorette party, right there, boom. Bachelorette party wine glass, space dash space, rehearsal dinner, see how I'm doing that? And it's not coming up. That means drinkware, rehearsal dinner drinkware isn't being searched for. I typed rehearsal dinner wine glass and look, it's not being searched for. Nothing's coming up. So that's telling me information, right? But I want to put rehearsal dinner in there. So what can I do? There's rehearsal dinner decorations that could fit in there. Rehearsal dinner ideas, rehearsal dinner table decorations. All of that can work. Okay. Bridal shower gift, of course, is another good one. And what about stemless, personalized stemless wine glasses? I think you should have that in almost every one of your titles. I mean, that is a big one. That's what people are going to search for. And again, if they're searching for that and they want something custom and your listing comes up, they're going to absolutely reach out to you and say, hey, can you make this? So look at all these wonderful keywords that have come up. Personalized stemless wine glasses, personalized stemless wine glass, monogram stemless wine glasses. So these are all wonderful keywords for you to use within your titles. So for the most part, I think you have the hang of it. Like you're using general keywords and you're using targeted keywords, which is good. It's good to mix those up. But just remember to put the most important ones in the front of your title and make sure that you're thinking about what it's used for, what it would be used at a bachelorette party. It would be used as a gift. It would be used as, so on and so forth. Super important. Now, what I recommend doing then is copying your title, okay, copying it, and then going into your dashboard and going down to where you put in your tags and paste those keywords into your tags, then comma it out, okay? And that means that it'll create its own tag. Now, the reason why I suggest doing that is because usually when we talk about duplicity in any kind of function online, it's not a good thing. But this is the only area where it actually is a good thing. So if you have your keywords in your title and you paste them down into your tags with duplicity, meaning they're in the same order, they're the same strength, that's going to strengthen your SEO on Etsy. So I would definitely do that. Now, some you might say, well, hey, like personalized stemless wine glasses, that's too big to put in a tag. That's okay. Then just instead put personalized wine glass and then put stemless wine glass. Just break them up. Okay? All right, let's look at your copy. This listing is for personalized glitter dip stem glass wine. This says Future Mrs. Perfect for. Okay, so this is kind of lame, and I mean this with love. This is your chance. This copy part is your chance to really sell your customer. I know it's a personalized glitter dip stemless wine glass. Like, I'm aware. Why am I buying it from you? What makes your glass any better or any more special than anyone else's? This is your chance to tell me. You need to paint the picture, sell the story. The first paragraph needs to be all those yummy words, right? It needs to be those words that say, imagine your night out with the girls, on the party bus, and you're drinking your Merlot, or some kind of romantic name for wine, with this fun and personalized glittered wine glass, blah, 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 blah. You see what I mean? You want to kind of paint the picture. Now, you may say, well, I'm not really good at that. I'm not really good with words. I mean, you might be amazing with it. But if you're not, hire a copywriter. It's not expensive at all. You can, and if you're in Flourish, you can reach out to Caitlin Kelly or Sharon Sprague. They're both amazing. And pay for just a couple listings of copy, and then you can use whatever they give you and kind of switch it out for your other different listings. It's totally worth it. And it would totally, it's a pillar in its own. And what I mean by that is if you're in Flourish, we have 5 pillars that we teach from, and they're so important, and copy is its own pillar because it's that important. It's literally your digital salesperson. So what I like to see is about 3 paragraphs. I like to see the first paragraph, the digital salesperson, like I said before. The second paragraph, I really like the specs, like this is the size, this is the color, blah, 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 blah. The last paragraph, I really like to be kind of have a gratitude tone to it. So like, thank you so much for stopping by my shop. I'm so glad you did. If you'd like to see our other bridal drinkware, click here. And instead of linking to just your shop home, link into the category that you have just for your bridal collection. So that way you're keeping people on and in your site, you're keeping them engaged, and you're allowing them and directing them so that they can look for more. So now you're not just selling one, you're selling more than one. And you may say, well, what's the difference if I send them to my shop or the collection? Well, it makes it easier for them. And it's a person's feeling, a consumer's feeling online when they're shopping. It matters so much, because if there's any unease at all, it's very quick for them to say, you know what, I'm just not ready yet. Or I'll go ahead and put this in my cart, but I'm not going to buy. Or, well, let me look around a little bit longer. Or, I'm already on Etsy. Let me click through everybody else's stuff. You want them to stay on your page, and you want them to buy. So these things will help you encourage them to buy from you. All right, so that's really about it. I hope that helped. I know we went a little bit long. If you're not in Flourish, definitely join. It will really help you take your business to the next level. If you're already in Flourish, make sure you're logging on to the website, the member site, and watching presentations as you're able to, and or reading, on the areas that we talked about. Reach out to some of our experts. They're amazing, and they're super affordable for Flourish members. So if you need help with any of this stuff, don't be afraid to ask. They're more than willing and ready to help you guys out. So I hope this helped, and it was great checking out your shop, and I'm sure I will talk to you soon. Thanks so much. Bye.